Hey friends, welcome back. I am excited that you are here. Can you believe that we are on week 5 to 52 weeks to an Organized Home and Balanced Life series? Wow, I can't even believe that we're on to the 2nd month already, and I'm excited for you. I know you've got a lot of progress. I've gotten a couple different emails from people, and just seeing that little bit, and I know even for myself, just getting that little bit, like, sure, you can do these things on your own. There's nothing wrong with doing this stuff on your own and doing it, but it's kind of like, okay, I cleaned whatever. But like doing it with other people and knowing that, like, hey, someone else is getting satisfaction that, like, right now, majority of their kitchen has been cleaned, kind of decluttered and gone through. It's like, it's just a good feeling overall. So I just want to say that you are doing amazing, and I'm so proud of you. It's a beautiful accomplishment, and you've done it. That's the beautiful thing. Like, it's great. The people that are here, I'm excited because, like, the numbers that watch us, I'm like, that's awesome because this many amount of people are doing this challenge, and that to me excites me and wants me to keep doing it. And now we're on to our 2nd month, and this month we're going to be focusing on building strength and energy, not just in one area, but in 3. So today we're going to be focusing on our home, we're going to be focusing on our living room, and we're going to be going through and decluttering out our bookshelves, media centers, that kind of things in your living room. Our physical health, we're going to be focusing on a little bit of strength training. I know, what? No, we're not going to have to do a gym or anything, I promise. I'm keeping this low key. Normal, real, so I'll keep it low key for you. And our emotional and spiritual well-being. We're going to step outside and take a nature walk, enjoying God's creation today. Now, I do know that some of you might be like, Amy, I'm exhausted. I even got a couple comments if someone's like, I'm exhausted, but I feel so good getting this done. So that's a good thing. I'm exhausted too. I get tired just like you do through these things. I'm older, I'm not young anymore, so doing these things does make me tired at first, but I do know that pushing through makes me feel so much better in the end. How am I supposed to build strength and energy when I'm just trying to get through my day, Amy? I hear you. Valid question, but here's the thing. Strength doesn't come from doing more. It comes from small, intentional choices that honor the life that God has given to you. And I want you to know you're not alone with this. Remember, we're doing this together. And we're going to take it one step at a time. So grab your cup of coffee, get comfortable, and let's chat. I want this time to feel like we are just sitting together as friends, encouraging one another, and finding joy in this journey. Are you ready? All right, let's go. So this month we are going to focus on our living room, our family room, the space that you mostly live in. So that for us is right here in this area. And then also we have one room upstairs. So in our house, this is where everybody's at. This is where everybody watches TV. This is where everything accumulates, especially if you homeschool or you just have kids in life. Like, we don't need a drill for a homeschooler, but we do have that here. And it's okay because we live in our homes, right? Yes, we do. I think of our old house, and like my upstairs stayed so nice. Like our living room, it barely got touched. We used it, but not all the time because the downstairs one is where we lived. That's where we watched TV. That's where the kids were. That's where they made their messes. So it was more of a mess. My upstairs looked really nice all the time. It's because we lived downstairs more, upstairs more, just sitting occasionally. So now in this home, we live here. So in our home, it gets messy. The couch, the cushions, the pillows get thrown all over the place. The blankets are always thrown in a ball. There's always pillows here and there. I find out like pencils under everything under the couch, and this thing gets all our school stuff set. It gets projects. I have a sweater to sew a hole, and we have this. I don't even know why that's there. My bucket I have to take upstairs. It just accumulates because we live in this house, and that's going to happen in your home, I'm sure, as well. But today we're going to take back a little bit of that chaos, and we're going to have some calm and peacefulness. So how are we going to do this? Let's do it step by step, right? One step at a time. Let's begin with prayer. You can say, Lord, thank you for my home. Thank you for the gifts and the blessings that you have given to me. Give me clarity as I go through things, and help me create a space that reflects peace. And then we're going to start step 2. Clear one area at a time. You might have multiple sections in your home. I don't know what your living room is like. Everybody's is different. I can only show mine, but I do know people have lots of little tables and lots of little bookshelves and cabinets and things in their living room sometimes. So sometimes it might take a little bit longer. So don't like get overwhelmed and just dump everything out. Just start on one section at a time and then move through it slowly, and you will eventually get it all done. I always tell my kids, especially, and I don't even know whose advice it was, from some cleaning book back in the day, and it was treat your room like a clock. And if this is your 12 o'clock right here, work on this and then move this way, clockwise around the room until you get all the room done. That is a good way to do it and not get overwhelmed. So for us, this is all a mess right here. These are all things that I'm looking at. I'm like, these have to go somewhere today. So I know this is going to go in my garage. This is a project that I need to do. I have a shirt for a child, it got a hole in it and we didn't have any sewing needles. And so I had to wait till I went to the store and I forgot. So then I had to wait again until I went to the store. But meanwhile, I left the shirt here because if you don't see it, I forget it. That's just how it works. So then someone was up this morning and said, pick me up some needles. So they got them here and I'm like, okay, now we can sew the shirt. So I'm gonna put this, I'll probably move it back here when I'm done because I'll see it. But I know on my list to do today is, because it's not just me, if you have other people helping in your home, like if you wanna include your children, how do you come up with other jobs? Something as simple as put the drill back in the garage by taking out the screwdriver head and putting it away properly. That's just a job. Stephen loves to sew. He does a great, amazing job of sewing. It could do so well. Like he's sewn tiny little clothing on action figures that are this big. And I'm like, how do you even do that? It's like such detail. So he will be doing that. And so this is for him to do. But meanwhile, it's just sitting here. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna put these over the table just for video purposes, but I will be putting these back here because this is gonna be something that the kids do today. Okay, another thing I have is a pencil sharpener here. Again, this is another thing that we're gonna be doing today, not me right now. The kids I have on a list on the refrigerator, different jobs to do, and one of them is gonna be to sharpen pencils, which you're gonna find in this drawer. So this, again, I could do all this, but I am gonna manage and put up those jobs and spread them out for kids to do as well. We have a few that they can sharpen, so this will go over here. We'll put it back when we're done just so they can sharpen pencils. And this was here because yesterday I asked kids if anybody has a bucket to give it to me if they don't want it, and I'll put it in my Christmas bin. I did not put it away in my Christmas bin, so this will go upstairs in the closet up there. So for me, this surface is clean for me now. So now I would be wiping this off when I'm all done. So do one drawer, one shelf at a time is to not to be overwhelmed. So I'm gonna open this up in here, and inside here is gonna have all our school books. So I'm just gonna take them out and be able to look at them. Now I like doing that even though it's just school books, because inside here I see there and I see pencils. For some reason I had a ton of these at the beginning of the school year, and now we had like 2 or 3 the other day, and that was it. Well, you're gonna see next week I cleaned out my couch. I found a bunch, and I've been finding them all over the house. So this is good to find. So let me get something to clean this out. Now I'm gonna use, for me, my Norwex cloth. I got a little bit wet, and I've got my it's my vinegar infused with oranges. That smells really good. So I'm just gonna wipe the inside of this out. I know it's just got a couple nicks on here. Now you could use just a vacuum off the crumbs. I mean, I'm gonna have little pieces of dirt. I will wipe mine out though. Now, as you're sorting through things, everything is gonna look different to you. This is our homeschool drawer and our blanket drawer and our media drawer. So yours is gonna look however it is, but remember, have your bins. If you have a trash pile, have a trash pile. You have your donate box. Remember your box that you had for your kitchen? Do you still have it, or did you get rid of it? Did you donate it? If you decide to hold on to it, just add more to it from this pile. But if you got rid of it, okay, great. Do whatever you want to do with it. Depends on how you feel led to getting rid. If you are afraid to throw things out, then maybe you hold on to it for a little bit. See if you even need anything from it. So put that in the donate pile, and then the keep pile, obviously, you're gonna have as well. Now for me, I'm gonna let this air out. I say do one at a time, but my drawers are gonna be wet right now. So we're gonna move on. I will do this one over here, and then we'll go through these. I'm gonna empty this one out as well. And you can always ask yourself, do I actually use this? Is this something I actually use? Or does this bring joy to my home? Do I even like this in my home? Is it something I even enjoy having? Or is it something that fits our current season? So going through things, and if you haven't touched certain things in here, like old DVDs or old books or anything, it's okay to let it go. You know, some of the books that you don't have to keep every single one because they're just collecting dust. However it looks in your home, whatever you decide to keep, that is going to be your key. I'm getting like where there's a lot of stuff up here, and I'm like, okay, do I keep going? Most of these are school books and things that we use for school. So if this clutter or seeing a whole lot of pile of this stuff like this overwhelms you, then don't keep going. Wait till your drawers are dry. Mine, I'm just waiting till they, I see trash. Wait until they're dry, and then I can put the stuff back. So I'm just gonna go and empty these. Now I'm going to kind of go through these and put these back in here. I'm going to mix them up a little bit based on how I do it. Your home is going to be you. For me, We don't hold on to a lot of books. We're a homeschool family, but we don't hold on to a lot of books because I find that most of the books that we read we can get from the library. So instead of holding on to things, unless there's a book that we really want to keep or one that I know I couldn't get at the library, I wouldn't hold on to it. I remember in our old first house, like in Michigan, at our first house, one of our houses in Michigan, I used to have 4 bookshelves. This was before the internet though. And every bookshelf was filled with books because we homeschooled. We didn't really get to the library because, you know, we just couldn't with a lot of little kids. And so that worked so well for us. And then over time, it happened to like, okay, we can get that at the library. We can get that at the library. So we just got them from the library, and it was just easier than holding on to all of that stuff to have to take care of. My views are different than everybody's views. Some people enjoy having a huge library of books. It's just whatever you would like for your home. So for us, this is our little section for all of our, I just realized, I'm like, I thought this was construction paper here, and I didn't realize it's like, typing paper, printer paper. Some of it's printer, some is construction. There's a lot of paper. I just did not know that. So finding stuff in here all the time. So just be able to discover what we have, go through some books, see if there's something to pitch, and if it's to keep, that's a good thing. Oh, these are great, by the way. Or is it this one? These ones. These, the Chuck Black Cloak of Light. These are great books. There should be one more. These are, or is there one more? I thought there was one more. These are really good books. I'm glad we bought these. We read these maybe 2 years ago. Really good. Like this book. I got this book at Christmas. I saw, I think at Goodwill, and I'm like, oh, we'll do some extra work around Christmas and we'll do mazes. The last thing we want to do around Christmas is mazes. They want to enjoy free time and playing. So this, I would pass this along. So we don't really use this down here. So this is printer paper. I'm gonna use it as on my printer. Like I don't need white paper to print a grocery stuff. I can use colored. By doing this, I'm discovering a whole lot of things. I'm like, wow, there's a lot of stuff in here I forgot that we had in here. So I know Miss Barbara got us a nice painting kit. The kids have been using it for different things, but I was letting them use up their old papers, and I forgot they had their new sketch pads in here. So I'm like, ooh, I forget that we have those. So lots of good discoveries as well when you're cleaning out. And then I have piles for trash and piles to give away and piles that are questionable. Like, what do I do with this? So that's a good thing. See, doing this, I found my toothpicks that I always lose, and I'm like, where are the toothpicks I was just looking for them the other day? They're there. So this is good. Like even these, I bought these at thrift store, and I'm like, oh, I'll use these for school. I only need one little bag. So these will go upstairs in our other room. So it's just finding the little things like this. I'll put in my office. This ball goes to the boys' room. Some things I need to leave out as a reminder today, like all this stuff. I'm like, I have to remember we have this. And so, hey, put on my reminder, let's do something with clay. Now our jars might not be as clean for you as they are for me, but I know what's in them. So I've got our school stuff up here. I just put them down to 2. So this, it's just basically our drawer of stuff that we use every day. I'm leaving this here because I'm gonna get this out, like not this week, maybe next week, so we can do some things. But it's all of our craft stuff, our pens, pencils, all the little stuff that we use every day. There's a little bit of pile stuff up here, but like this, like I said, it's gonna go upstairs. This is my Christmas bingo. I'm putting that in my Christmas box, so I have it. Sticky tack. I'm like, I would never remember I have sticky tack, so I'm gonna put that in my office along with tape, which is good, and then erasers. The kids, I think all the pencils, the erasers, there's no erasers on the pencils, but there's pencils. So I was like, there's erasers. So little things that you like forget you have, and I'm like, so good to go through. And then this cord, I'm not sure, it's a Google one, but I'm like, it's got Is that for the Google Home? I have to find out who this goes to. So lots of discoveries. Now for me, those two over there are our blanket drawers. They've already gone through. We actually washed them, folded them, already put them away. So those drawers are clean. I've got 2 empty drawers here. Like, what am I gonna put in here? I don't even know. Empty space is a good thing. As I'm down here, I'm seeing reflection. I'm like, oh, that's dirty. So that's a good thing. Empty drawers are good. That means you can always put something in here. Now these ones are gonna be a little bit more time consuming. There are rows and rows of DVDs. Personally, I would just do, like, I remember back in the day, this was before everything's digital. I remember having like VHS tapes, and I remember thinking in my head, wow, if I could make something that would load a VHS, this was before DVDs, and then memorize it, save it on there, and then I could put multiple ones on there and just be able to choose which video, basically the form of digital things. And so I'm like, that would be beautiful. Now they got everything. Now we've lived where there has not been good internet, so we have a lot of DVDs. You might not have a lot of DVDs. We don't watch as many DVDs now because everything's digital and we can see everything on TV pretty much. There's only once in a while we get out a DVD, and it's not very often just because we have good internet. We never did though. So that is why we have a lot of videos. And we have a lot that are just good movies over the years that we like to keep. So like, I'm gonna go through and pick out like our family classics, things like that, the ones that the kids would like. But I know we have ones like this Lego. Like, that's not like a favorite. It's just one I bought because we didn't have internet, and it's like, will they ever watch this? Probably not. It's not something I would save for my grandkids because it's just not a classic show. But something like Toy Story I would keep because that's a little bit better movie. So let me go through these real quick. Let's make sure the discs are in. And if you have a lot of books, you can organize thoughtfully. You know, this is if you have a bookshelf. So maybe books, think about organizing them by genre, like fiction, Christian living, cookbooks, homeschooling resources, etc. Maybe you can do it by authors, your favorite, or color if you want it aesthetic. I have a child that does things by color. So I'm just going to continue going through these DVDs. And I'm going to make a pile, and I'm going to ask the kids if that's something they want to keep or if something they want to get rid of instead of just getting rid of them. So make sure you involve your children as well, unless they're little and it's just something they haven't watched for a long time. Okay, so we've got these things right here where we put videos in. Now, this was a long time ago because this one's all ripped. This has our Little House on the Prairie and the Waltons in. Now, I think we had all Little House on the Prairie, and at one time we had labeled them all, wrote every disc and name on here, and replaced them with all the sets because the sets got ruined. And then I think we got another set of them given to us, which was awesome. And so now we just we watch on TV, but Maddie's like, you should keep them just in case. I'm like, that's true. Sometimes they're off. So I'm gonna put in the back here. We had Waltons, but then I think I rebought them because we watched them so much. So I got new ones here, but again, they're on. We can watch them on TV. It's a lot better than this disc that have a little skippiness. But I'm gonna take these out of here so I don't have to hold on to this case because I do have a slot in here to put them in, and then just stick them in here, and then it'll give it a home at least. Now these are ones that we watch on TV, so it's more of like just keeping these just in case. So we'll put them in the drawer. And then these are all videos that we never kept the cases, but they just kept all the DVDs. So that's awesome. So I'm just gonna go through real quick and look at these. Okay, so Brooklyn just came down. She's like, so Mom, why don't you just go through this case and take out the ones we don't want, and then you can put all your DVDs in here. And I was like, ooh. So we just sat here and went through, we had a big pile of DVDs right here. And I was like, that was a lot, like huge pile. I've got like, I started counting, there's like 80 empty spaces. So I'm gonna take these out of here and put them in here. Now she said I should organize them by like genre and all that. I'm not gonna do that, I know. That's the only step I'm not gonna do because it's getting to be closer and later. That might be like next year's challenge. But this year I'll just stick them here because in reality we don't usually watch TVs unless the internet's out, which is very rare. We're really bored through the winter, which is not too long here. So it's like one of those like, okay, let's watch a movie. So it'll be fun flipping through. So that's good. I got to weed out some extra things I didn't plan. Okay, this day organizing videos turned into a whole lot for me just now. I was like, this actually works good. I am cleaning out my entire drawer full of DVDs. Now this is just one way to do it. You don't have to, you can just keep into cases, but I just rid them, all the cases, by putting them in this. Now this is just because we don't watch many DVDs anymore. It's like everything is on internet, but the kids still enjoy coming through, like even the Tom and Jerry's. I was gonna get rid of them. I was like, those are classics, Mom, don't get rid of those. And I'm like, okay. So it's just like, these are good to kind of come back to and watch again. So we kind of went through and got rid of the ones that they wouldn't really watch. And then, let's see if I can put all these in here. And then keep the ones that we will watch. Now I have a lot of TV series that we like watching. Like we have Lost and Prairie and the Waltons. And then we also have, what's that one called? Dr. Quinn. And so I don't think our kids have ever watched that at all. We used to watch all of it. And so that was something we do enjoy watching. So I'm like, let me just stick those in there. That'll work. And then they can have choices. That's a great thing to go through. Okay, we got more. So I could organize these according to videos, but you know what? We don't come in here enough for me to do that, I don't think. So I feel like I don't mind just having these in here out of order. If somebody needs order, go ahead. We probably won't open this for a long time, but I have cleaned out my drawer really well. So I'm feeling amazing. Okay, so I need to kind of double up on a few of these. These are DVD series, and so I don't mind putting two together. Again, probably won't watch them forever, but they will be in here. So, wow, that was like a whole day. Is that it? I think that's all. Make sure they're all filled. That was actually a really good thing. Perfect. And then I found I was missing a DVD, and it was in here. I texted Jane. I'm like, do you have my DVD? She's like, no, Mom, I'm going with the whole digital world. I'm like, I know, but I need my DVDs. So she's like, nope, I don't have it. And so then we just looked at it. I'm like, oh, they were in here. So look at that. Okay, so I think, is the zipper broken? No, actually it's not. Okay, so we have all this in here. Wow. Well, let's go back over here. I just like freed up a ton of space. I don't even have, I have this to go in here now, and I have one down here. This is an extra one that we don't even use, and these are, so we have a couple TV series. I've got a couple for the boys. They're Batman and Frugal Rocks, and remember it, and that's it. So I just, okay, the great thing is I just emptied 3 drawers. Is that it? 3? Because I've got 2 for school, 2 for blankets, and now this for DVDs. This is empty. I gotta wipe it out. This and this is empty. I have space. Like, I feel so good. Like, I can't believe I just emptied out 3 things. I'm like, wow, I have 3 empty drawers. What am I gonna put in those 3 empty drawers? I don't know right now, and that's okay to leave empty space, because you know what? Something will go in there eventually. So this is good. So I have piles to donate now, and then I also have piles to go upstairs, piles to do things with, and I will get that done and accomplished today. But went through feeling amazing. Now you can do the same thing with your games and your puzzles, things like that. We did a lot of puzzles, especially when the kids were little. I took puzzles and the boxes. I know people do it now because everything's on the internet, they show, but I take their puzzle and I would cut like the picture off the side of the box and put it on the Ziploc bag and put the puzzle pieces in it. That kept them nice where they weren't all over the place. We did that, and we did that with games right away. We got rid of all of our game boxes, put all the games into a bag. That worked good. Here, I do have some bags, but I also have some in boxes, some newer ones, just because we don't have as many as we used to have, because just different season of life and different things, so we just don't use them as much. But that's another way to organize games, things like that. Books, same way, go through and clean out. So awesome, feeling accomplished. Now let's talk about strength training. And I know what some of you are thinking, Amy, I don't have time for this at all. And girl, I get it. Getting older, homeschooling, working, doing everything. Who has time to do one more thing in your life? I get you. And who has time to hit the gym or buy expensive things because I don't have the extra cash? Yes, I understand, but there is a solution. Here are some things that you can do. Now, we've been doing the walking. Hopefully you've been walking or maybe just moving a little bit. It doesn't have to be a huge walk. It can be literally, I think in the live last week when I was doing my premiere, a lady said she walked around the perimeter of her yard, just her fenced in yard. She goes, her neighbor probably thought she was crazy. I said, oh, I did the same thing. So like just getting out, it doesn't need to be like going anywhere specifically. Maybe you can't, I get that. But just going out, doing the perimeter, that's a good thing. So walking, something is better than nothing. That is the key. So what are some simple strength training things? Because as we get older, things wear out. Like arms, I'll show you. Yeah, I got some flabby arms right here. That happens. It breaks down. It goes away. It's like I'm not lifting weights. I'm not running, doing a bunch of things all the time. So things wear down, and it's a good thing to build a little bit of strength. But do you have to like build huge muscles? No, but just a little bit. But don't go buy weights. If you can, awesome. But I find with everything, even exercise, like people think, oh, walk a treadmill, I'll get a treadmill. Treadmill sits in the basement forever, you never use it. If it's something you're really gonna use, like I remember I was dedicated to losing weight and I was walking outside and I was doing it constantly. And Greg saw that I was doing it constantly, and then winter hit and I was like, oh, and I would still be out there when it's freezing. So then I got something for the inside. So I think with everything, like even with lifting weights, if you find like, do you really actually do it? And if you don't even bother. But if you do and you take an interest in like doing it, then okay, go get some small ones. And then you need a little heavier ones, go get some heavier ones. Goodwill, thrift stores are great places to get weights. I see a lot there because, you know, people start all the time and get rid of them, or people graduate to heavier weights. But what could you use? What are something simple you can use? Canned vegetables, right here. This has got a little bit of resistance, better than nothing, where you could do some simple arm lifts that you can do for strength training. I am not a fitness pro whatsoever, not at all, but this is something that you can do that would at least give a little bit of resistance to lifting. Okay, so if you could do those, maybe you can graduate and go up to, canned spaghetti sauce. These are a little bit heavier. Be careful, don't drop them because they are glass if you've got floors, and there's some simple things you can do. Now, what kind of exercises can you do, Amy? Let me see, I'm not an exercise pro, but I know you can do these. I think these are called bicep curls. I should probably look this up before I tell you, right? Because this, if you're doing this, I can feel this muscle shaking right here. So I know that's doing something. I know that back here in the back ones, going back is good. Like put your elbows in and go back. That's good for building like that back part of your arm, like just arms at the side. Can you do those? Can you do these up here? That helps your shoulders. I can feel that in my shoulders. I don't even know what the muscles, but I know it's helping your shoulders. You can also go out and you can twist and you can go up and do the same thing. Twist and go down. Do those a few times. It'll hurt after just do like 3. Start with 3. You did 3 is better than none. I was looking for my laundry basket to demonstrate this, and I don't even know where it is. Something I should do is a laundry basket squat, okay? Because you always got a laundry basket full of stuff, right? Instead of like bending over and picking it up, don't bend over, squat down, grab it, and stand back up. Do that a few times. That'll burn some on your butt and your thighs for sure. Simple squatting, just do it like 5 times. I'm not saying do 10 sets of 20. No, like aim for 5. Let's like go so simple. If you enjoy doing them and how you feel, increase and do more the next day. Another one you can do that's simple is just practice standing up and sitting down from a chair. So simple, but so good for your legs and your core. A great thing you can do. So just incorporate movements into your day when you're standing here and you're doing nothing but waiting for water to boil. Go up on your toes. Do that 10 times. 10 times to do things. Standing there waiting for your child to do something, do some squats. Do 5. Things like that. Just little things. Think about movement. Back in the day, I remember when I was in high school, I used to do Denise Austin workout. Denise Austin, you guys remember Denise Austin? Oh yeah. Anybody my age? And I think I remember one of her words she would always say is, get those bodies moving. She goes, because the more floor space you move, the more calories you burn. And I think that's so true. The more you move, the better it's gonna be. You know, so you can just kind of do whatever right here, but if the more your body's moving, doing something, like how much better for calories and things to be burned off. So just simple. We're just doing simple. Remember, we're not doing running a marathon. I'm not here to say, let's transform and become a marathon runner. If you want to, awesome. This is just something simple you can incorporate into adding some strength training for your day. And always, when this gets overwhelming and hard, just remember what it says in Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. You can do this and your body will thank you. I know walking, I've been walking a lot, and walking can get hard. Some days I'm like, I don't want to, it's too hot, or it's just a lot. I gotta do it. I gotta go do it. I've gotta get one in there because I feel a whole lot better. For our step 3, for our emotional well-being, we're gonna go outside and take a walk in God's creation. Now, last week we did a walk, so I filmed going for a walk. So I thought, let me do something a little bit different today, because maybe you can't go for a walk. Maybe you're kind of limited to your yard and outside. Let's focus on that today. So let's just walk outside and just enjoy. It's in Psalm 24:1, it says, the earth is the Lord's and everything in it. So sometimes just taking 10 to 15 minutes outside can make a huge difference in your mood. Different ways to make it special. I still remember just walking outside and stopping, looking up at the sun, and just sitting there for like 2 minutes. Even now, some days life gets so busy, I have a little bit more time, so I'll go out and I'll just sit in the sun for 15 minutes. 15 minutes. My face towards the sun, just get some of that life into me, and I feel like 1,000 times better for my day. It's like not doing anything huge. I'm not going for a marathon. We're not going out of the house, just going out in that sunshine and enjoying it. And if you are able to take a walk, go walk. Go walk around and walk in gratitude. Thank God for everything that you see. The trees, the sky, even the fresh air. Like, how beautiful. Thank you, Lord, for the sunshine. Thank you, Lord, for the cold wind. Thank you, Lord, for the snow, depending on what it's doing in your home. Wherever it is, just having that heart of gratitude. And if you got little kids, or even older kids, bring them with you. They always find things. My kids will collect leaves. They'll point out birds. They'll do a whole lot of things. And I have teenagers, and I've had a lot of teenagers over the years, and I've found that they get moody. Yeah, they're teenagers. They're normal. Mine are very normal. We'll take them out, and once we go out, sometimes the first couple times they might be complaining, like, ugh, I gotta go hike, or I gotta go walk. But you know what? After a while, they do things and they start finding things. They start getting more enjoyed by things in nature. Sometimes it takes a detox from the day of internet and everything that they see online, that after a while they do enjoy things outside. So just get them outside. As much as they complain, sometimes it's hard, just get them out there with you. It'll get better. And what I like to do when I can walk by myself, use it as prayer time with the Lord. Just walking and talking with God has been very healing for my soul and just very much peaceful in my days. And what if you can't get outside at all? I understand some of you can't. Health reasons and that. You know what? Bring nature in. Open a window. My favorite thing to do in the wintertime when I lived in Michigan is open the window for a little bit in my bedroom or in my kitchen and just let that fresh air in your house. It just makes it all better. And if you could do it, do a little house plant. Or listen to nature sounds when you relax. Just anything to help bring a little bit of that nature inside makes it just peaceful and calming. All right, friends, that's week 5. Decluttering, strength training, and connecting with God through His creation. We're building strength and energy in every part of our lives. Isn't that a good thing? That's beautiful. And if you need more structure, you can purchase this book that is we're gonna be going through this all year. So I'm gonna be talking about it. We're gonna be doing it. If you want to support my channel, watch ads, that's a great thing. But if you'd like to purchase a book so you can have a physical copy of one that breaks down everything we're doing every single week, so you know way far ahead what to do, you can get one of these. It's all gonna be linked below. I also have this tote bag, the motivation tote bag. It says, she thrived by His promises, one step at a time. Because how are we gonna get there? One step at a time. I'm gonna link these 2 below. And if you'd like to purchase them, you can go and get them. So let me know in the comment section below which one, if maybe all you're gonna try this week. Maybe you don't wanna do strength training. I personally probably wouldn't opt for that either. Just being honest. But I do like to organize, so I will definitely organize. And I got through my DVDs, and I'm so excited for that. And I love getting outside, so I don't mind doing that. So it's not about having to do every single one. It's like what is going to fit into your days. So keep going, friend. You are doing amazing through this. I am so proud of you. Let's keep walking this path together. I'll see you next week. Bye.